Alright, welcome back to the Ramble. Today it is me and Greg. We're going to introduce ourselves because we realised that we didn't actually do that at the very beginning. Hello, my name is Jakub Vilchevsky. I know some of you already noticed me at school. You kind of come up to me and say, "The news!" And that's pretty funny. If you want to continue doing that, I won't stop you. So, what I do in my free time, I play D&D sometimes. D&D being Dungeons & Dragons. I also do CCF, and in a few episodes' time, we're going to have little segments with Samuel Davey, who's going to tell us everything about the CCF, so stay tuned for that. But I'm a young leader at Scouts, so I just go to the Cub meetings, make sure they're all kind of behaving well. And I also do choir. Yeah, just because I did choir in primary school and then just kind of stopped. And I thought, I'll take it back up, why not? And my A-levels, I do chemistry, French, and maths. The reason why I do chemistry is because I really like the efficiency aspects of it and the fact that you can make some useful products out of just raw material. French is just the most applicable to real life. You know, you learn French, you'll speak French outside. And I just really like languages as well. I can already speak Polish, English, and so having French is a nice additive. Maths is just really good for logic and reasoning. When I was starting this podcast, I realized that if I did it by myself, it would be a little bit boring because, I mean, you're probably yawning now because I've had a 4-minute monologue. Unbroken monologue. I realized that, yeah, it's going to be a little bit boring if it's just me. So I decided that I'm going to go on a quest to find the most capable and charismatic person to be my co-host. And I thought, who else but Greg?
Well, you couldn't find the most capable and charismatic, but you got me. So.
But I got Greg. I mean, he was the closest one.
He was the best you could get.
Yeah, he was the cheapest one I could get as well. And we also made a little bit of a deal. Wrote to you on a piece of paper the amount of money we'll get.
No, I still have. Yes.
Yeah, I have my part as well. I have it in my right pocket.
Yes, in my blazer. Yeah.
Just to remember how much I owe him.
None of the money has come through as of yet.
It's a matter of time.
It's time, exactly.
It's been signed. It's off. He's contracted for 2 years. Greg.
Hello, I am Gregory Pluchenik, a longtime friend of Jakub's, and I do...
He memorized my surname. How to write my surname in year 7.
I do, because I have a Polish last name, and I'm always worried about people seeing that and thinking, oh, he must know Polish then, and then expecting me to be able to spell all the Polish words and say all the Polish words. So just in case, I memorized Jakub's name as soon as I came across it.
And in comparison, while subtitling one of the videos, I couldn't spell Greg's name. So I couldn't spell his surname, so there's a massive contrast between those two.
Which is fine. I'm not bitter at all. So I do French and German and English.
Jeez.
And history.
Language
at
out.
Yeah, so the languages I feel are always a pretty good choice as long as you enjoy reasonably good at them. Because they're just useful, whatever you do,
yeah, any
whatever
career
job
will
or
like
whatever later period in life. English, I just love English. I'm a big humanities person. I like coming up with ideas and interpreting sources and documents, which is also why I enjoyed history and chose to do that. In terms of hobbies, I also play D&D actually, with some of the.
But you're not a DM.
Friends. I'm not a DM. I don't have the. Well, no, I probably do over the time. I'm too lazy. But I do that with some friends, quite enjoy it. Do that with Headboy Joe Daniels. And I also play trumpet occasionally. I haven't done for a while, but have played the trumpet in the past. So in this, we have the newsletter section of the podcast, but the Ramble, of which this is episode 0, I believe, the Ramble, was the section in which we'll be interviewing various people. We've already interviewed at the time of making Deputy Headboy, Tom Linford, as well as Elizabeth Cooley,
yeah, Elizabeth Grace, as we like to call her.
A girl at KG who comes to King's for physics. We hope to interview several more students and teachers at King's and potentially more from KG.
I'm talking about KG. I realised that you go to KG.
I do indeed. I go to KG for German.
Yeah. What's the differences like between the two?
KG's in some ways more relaxed. They have nice sofas in the lounge. That being said, the layout's a lot more confusing for me, because it's kind of just like one giant building with all the interconnected bits instead of the blocks for King's.
And have you ever gotten a detention at KG?
I have not, no. I've gotten possibly 1 or 2 at King's in history. But we don't need to talk about that.
We don't need to talk about it, no. So there you go. That is the basic premise of the Ramble. Hopefully we managed to take this far.
It's already been popular with people we've introduced it to.
Yes.
And so hopefully it will.
Yeah, everyone that's heard of it has liked it. And if you're a teacher listening to this, if you have something that you'd like to talk about on the Ramble, they think you're very passionate about, well, that you are passionate about, then just send me an email. And
Same goes for any students too. Say if you're on, I don't know, the Equality and Diversity Committee or something, there's something you want to talk about, or it doesn't have to. It could be. Well, it could be anything.
If you're very adamant about a club, you can talk about that, like hockey. Then go ahead. You can either find us in school and tell us about your ideas, or just send us an email. Thank you very much for listening to what should have been the very first episode. You may have realized that our voices kind of changed mid-recording, and that's because we actually did 2 recordings, and I just blended the 2 of them together. And because we're in 2 different rooms, that's why it kind of made the acoustics a little bit different. Thank you very much for watching. We have some very exciting interviews lined up in the future, so stay tuned for those. And that was The Ramble.